Hello, fellow cravers. So, usually at this point in the year, we have a bit of a quiet time with more gaming news than gaming coming out. But this year, it seems that July is looking really busy, but in a good way, as we're here with 6 games to look out for this July.
Princess Peach's castle has been seized by Origami. The sudden appearance of King Ollie, the Origami King, has thrown the world into disarray. And so, in the paper-crafted universe of the Paper Mario series, a new quest to reclaim Peach's castle begins. Paper Mario, the Origami King.
So it's been a few months since we last saw a Mario game released, with the last time being when our Super Plumber took on Sonic in a few Olympic events. So it's time for him to get back to doing the hero thing as we head to a much loved RPG series in the form of Paper Mario, the Origami King. This time our 2D champ has to stop King Ollie with the help of Bowser and Ollie's sister Olivia, as he seizes control of Princess Peach's castle and takes control of Bowser's army in order to conquer the world and turn it into origami. Paper Mario the Origami King releases on the Nintendo Switch on July the 17th. Moving from taking turns to making turns as we get set for the annual addition to the Formula 1 franchise. This year the game will include 22 circuits, including the now cancelled Dutch Grand Prix and the postponed Vietnamese Grand Prix, 20 drivers and 10 teams that were set to be present at the postponed 2020 season. Also, Formula 2 will also make a comeback again this year, as it will be an optional extra in the career mode, but will not include a story to go with the game like you got in last year's edition. F1 2020 gets to the starting grid. Now let's go relax a second and chill as we head to some farming in Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, a 3D remake of the Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, originally released on the Game Boy Advance back in 2003. Also is a huge influence to one of the biggest indie games of the last decade, Stardew Valley. So, what is different from the original? Well, apart from now the game has been moved from a 2D setting to a 3D setting, well, honestly, nothing really. But don't get me wrong, that's a great thing, as the original game got nothing but praise. with this game already getting the same as it has been released in Japan since last year. So if you're up for a relaxing farming game, then this would be a great game to pick up on either the Switch or PC on July the 10th. Next, we get set to talk about a game that isn't going to be fully released this month, but I still felt like it is something to bring up as we get set to play a roguelike game that really took most of my nights when the original game came out. So this is Rogue Legacy 2. It's a game where it has the same elements of your typical roguelike games, so random generated dungeons, random skills, you know, the usual. But this time you got persistent upgrades and persistent dead heirs where you can use your family inheritance to build up your mana to give future generations a bit more of a fighting chance. But the one thing that really stood out to me on the original game, and it's also going to be back in the second game, is that not everything will be good for your next in line. As of course every heir has unique skills that can range from them something useless like them being a little bit chubby, or something that will be completely debilitating to you, like there being a pacifist. Yeah, a pacifist in a game where the point is to kill everything you see. I know. Anyway, Rogue Legacy 2 goes into early access on the PC on the 23rd of July.
Oh, good! You are not dead! I will be helping you out today. First things first, you're not supposed to be here. Secondly, you are very, 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 very small. Please refrain from panicking. Thirdly, the machine that could return you to your normal size is currently out of order. And everything in this backyard wants to, eat you. Again, your tiny panic will accomplish nothing. You are going to need to find a way to survive out here. I would recommend building a base, maybe a simple shelter of some sort. Oh, and weapons. You'll probably need some weapons. But you should be fine. Unless you get eaten. You'll either be fine or you will be dead. It's really up to you. Oh, and you might come across some strange things while looking around. I'm not sure who put them here or what they want. What I do know is that they're watching.
So going from one early access game to another, as this time it seems that we're going to be heading to a very familiar 90s movie scenario. As we follow a group of teenagers who must unravel the mystery behind why they've been shrunk to the size of an ant. Yes, I'm thinking of the same movie as well, and I think this is where they got a lot of inspiration from. So, the aim of the game is to try and survive in the backyard. Of course, you've got to keep yourself fed and watered, but more importantly, you've got to try and defend yourself from various bugs and insects. This can include spiders, bees, dust mites, mantises, and of course the dreaded ladybug. Of course, not all insects and bugs are out there to try and kill you. Some are there can lead you to water or food for you to try and survive. But still, do not trust that ladybug. I'm just saying it now. Do not trust the ladybug. And also, for those who are thinking, oh no, not a spider. I'm afraid of spiders. Don't worry about this, as the game have an accessibility option for those who have arachnophobia, which will allow you to decide just how scary you want your spider to be in the game. I'm going to crank mine up to the max. Just saying that now. Anyway, Grounded is going to be heading to early access on both the Xbox One and PC on the 28th of July.
King, when we fight, we face our enemy head on. When we take their life, we look them in the eye with courage and respect. This is what makes us samurai. There must be thousands of them. We will face death and defend our home.
Finally, we take the role of a samurai in Sucker Punch Productions' latest action-adventure stealth game, Ghost of Shakima. The game is going to be bringing us a large open world which we can explore without any guidance at all, with diverse assortment of regions and buildings to visit, showing us the beauty of 13th century Japan. Now, as for the plot, you take on the role of Jin Sakai, one of the last samurais on Shakima Island, as you learn to act more like a ghost to take down the Mongol army that have invaded the island, just before they launch a full invasion of the mainland. Ghost of Shakima sneaks onto the PS4 on the 17th of July. So there is plenty of other games coming out this month that we just didn't have time to fit on our list, and more than likely there's going to be other games that are going to be announced over this month as well. Like for example, we've got Xbox and their first party games. They've got a show in the middle of this month. I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to say that they're more than likely going to be announcing the date and how much the Xbox Series X is going to cost us by the end of this month. And if that's true, I won't be surprised if Sony follows suit by the end of the month as well. But, of course, if you think we've missed any games that should have definitely been put on our list, please tell us in the comments below. And while you're there, please like, subscribe and press that notification bell to keep up to date with everything Crave Your Game. And of course, until next time, thank you and goodbye everybody.